I think over time I've drifted further and further away from the group. And so for that reason, there's been less practice of masking. I haven't been around people. With time, I've grown more distant from people. And it gets to the point where I don't even know what my facial muscles are doing anymore. Like, there's times where, like, before I could just smile on cue. It's just, but now, sometimes I think I'm smiling at someone because, they smiled at me and I think I'm smiling back, but then it's like I don't think my facial muscles have actually moved. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Yeah. And like sometimes like I will like stand in front of the mirror and I will try to simulate what I did when I saw that other person to try to figure out whether or not I actually smiled. Do you know what I mean? Or whether that it just was like that much of a smile. Like I don't know. I can't judge the percentages. There was a time when it was just it was see, I'm remembering it's coming back. But in real life it's like I don't know. And that's just a tiny part of masking. I mean, people used to come up to me like a lot and try to engage me in small talk at bus stops and I don't know, generally, and that doesn't really happen so much now. So I'm not really getting the practice of responding normally to people. Different phases in my life, I've masked more than other phases. It's not consistent, and it's down to something that I can't quantify in a sense. It's not entirely under my control. It's very much depends on context and how I'm reading it as to whether or not it's even feasible. I could be in a social situation and just not engage at all, like, and just feel that there's just no energy there for facial expressions. There's no energy there for simulated conversation, superficial conversation, or anything like that. You know, and then another time, yeah, usually alcohol induced. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It can help, like, to get into the engagement mode and to get into the mode of expression. Yeah. I think I care less now about what people think if I don't mask. I think that there was in some situations a social pressure on me which I don't feel now. There's a few reasons why I mask less than I used to mask. Some of them are internal and some of them are external. The internal reasons are because I no longer feel that I need to make other people feel comfortable. Also because I don't seem to have the energy for it. And I think not having the energy for it, what that translates into is not having the motivation for it. I think there was a time where I felt like, even though I was outside of the group, that I wanted to try to maintain some sort of proximity to the group socially in a way that I know that I could have interactions with people and that I could pass as normal and that, that I could feel that like people weren't so distant from me. So by masking, I was able to create more superficial connections. So I could feel that there was some threads there. There was some sort of connections going on some level. Also, the external reasons I mentioned in the first part of the video are that society is changing now. I mean, in the past, people used to, well, where I'm from anyway, people used to live in more close-knit communities, there was more socializing between people. People had more sort of manners towards each other, in the sense that they would like communicate like to each other without fully knowing each other, in a sense, for example, like even just opening the door for someone or making a comment about something that's going on around. And nowadays, people, like I've seen them, yeah, they do not communicate with each other. Like if they do not know each other, they do not communicate with each other in public. It's a lot more people who are keeping themselves to themselves, and there's less expectation of social interaction. I think in general that people are becoming more insulated, maybe because of the phones, maybe because of staying in more and engaging in activities more in a solo sense. And I think that in general, social skills are declining from what I have seen. So it puts less pressure on people like me to present with social skills. And there has been a big change over time. In the last 20 years, 25 years, there's been a massive change. And I think that it's good for me because there's a lot of diversity as well. Like, I mean, like in the past, like say 25 years ago, when you interact with a group, they're usually all on the same page, more or less. And now you can have a group of people and they're all really different from each other. So if I was to go into a group situation and I'm different, it's not going to really seem like a big deal now. So that's why there is definitely less pressure to mask. People are not as polite as they used to be, like in the past. So if I don't say hello and goodbye to people or greet people, etc., that it's not really going to be seen as a big deal. Whereas in the past, when it was more sociality in society, it would be expected if you pass a certain person to say good morning or goodbye or good day or, manners, like, But it's not that I don't have manners, because if I'm in the right situation and context, yeah, that's very natural for me to have manners, because I do appreciate, like, for example, people that do things to help other people's, like, for example, like cashiers or just lots of different people, and I do think that I have respect for other people. It's just that I don't always have the ability to communicate with other people, or to express emotionality, or to express just basic thoughts. It's just not there. And yeah, so that's why I mask less.